Hey guys, what's up? Pitmarthrow here, and welcome to a semi-bonus episode. This is just basically before we take on the last video, so we are going to go back to the impact site here, and we're going to fight some optional bosses. This is an even number day, so we'll be fighting one of them. I was actually wrong on what days these guys appeared. They show up after day 8, and one of the bosses shows up on odd number days, and one of them shows up on even number days. This one is the one that shows up on, obviously, even. As for fighting this guy, he really can't kill any of your Pikmin, so you can use any type you want. I'd recommend reds. Obviously, we'll just take 70. We really don't even need that many. I'm just showing this off for the sake of completion. Please ignore him. Thank you. You can see him up here. The other boss will also be on the stump. This is the... Well, did I get them all up here? No, I did not. Don't worry, he's not going to attack your Pikmin until you start attacking him, so don't, I can leave him over here. Guys, leave him alone. Did not do anything to you, so please don't do anything to him. Alright, I think that's all right here. Yes, it is. Alright, so this is the Mamuta, I believe is how you pronounce it. This is found in both games. He really is not going to do anything to you. Like, look, he didn't do anything to you until you start attacking him. But what he does is he becomes enraged, and what he does here is rather strange. He'll actually, will it show it? Yeah. What he does is he pounds the Pikmin into the ground, and it actually, you know, turns him into flower Pikmin. So... it's like a really fast version of the swooping snitch bug, except it actually turns all your Pikmin into flower Pikmin. And apparently, according to the journals, the Pikmin actually like that, so that's kind of weird. I'm just going to move him to get him out of the way here. But really, he's not the right... He can hurt Olimar, but he cannot hurt Pikmin, so... very strange. So I guess he could be annoying, just because you have to pluck a lot of Pikmin, so if you don't take care of him fast, he can be really, really annoying. So, yeah, that's really about it. That's all I wanted to show for the Mamuta, so nothing too fancy there. Don't know how many Pikmin he gives you, so I guess we'll find that out real quick. But yeah, apparently no threat, really, at all, other than having to pick the planted Pikmin, which could take a while. I guess if he hits Olimar, it can stun him for a while because it knocks him into the ground, and that can take a second or two. Throwing is supposed to be more effective than swarming, but since I brought a whole bunch with me, swarming had no problem at all either. So he drops 15 Pikmin, so we'll go ahead and pluck those guys. Don't really need to, but... bomb rocks, by the way, don't do very much. In fact, they do very, very little damage, so using bomb rocks is not worth your time for these guys. You could beat him with Olimar if you want. If you want to keep attacking him from behind, you can do that, but it takes a very, very, very long time, so... that is the first boss that I want to show off. The second one is going to be right now, as soon as I put these guys up. The second boss can actually hurt and kill your Pikmin, unlike the Mamuta can, so... I'm still not going to lose any to it, I can tell you that right now, because if you fight him with the right type of Pikmin, it's impossible to lose any to him, so... I'm going to go ahead and go to Sunset. I wish I could skip this little scene right here, but I can't. So we're going to want blues for this fight. Only blues. Do not use any other type, because they will die pretty much immediately. Because it is a water-based boss, which is, I believe, the only one. At least the only one I can think of that's a water-based boss, but beside the point. There's that flint beetle again. Leave him alone. I know you're trying to get over there. Yep, there he is. This is Goolix. He's a very, very strange boss. To beat this guy, all you have to do is just attack the yellow part of his body, I guess, with... Dude, let me get up. With Pikmin. You can attack the other thing too, but it takes a longer time, so... Thing is, you have to keep moving around a lot because unless you hit that yellow part, he will get stunned. Or he will not be stunned, and it just is really, really annoying. I'll go ahead and talk about the glitch once I've beaten him here. But yeah, blue Pikmin are the only ones you want to fight this guy with, so... Should get a better shot on him here. There we go. But yeah, attack the yellow part, because that is the best way to get rid of him. I do like his death animation, though. It looks really cool. And he drops a whole lot of 5 pellets. I'm going to take these back, so don't worry about that at all. Okay, he's over here. But yeah, he has 2 little nuclei, I suppose is the proper term of saying it. He has 2 nuclei, and he'll try to engulf the Pikmin, so since it's mostly water, obviously, the blue Pikmin do not have to worry about being killed by him, but every other one would be. So yeah, the glitch with this guy, it's really strange. I'm just going to read the little entry that's got here. If the Goolix is near the right of the tree stump area and the yellow brain-like nucleus is hit by a blue Pikmin, that Pikmin or other blues attacking the smaller blue nucleus may be knocked into the out-of-bounds forest-like terrain. Many things can happen once this occurs. Either the Pikmin will slide around, throwing Pikmin onto this ledge reveals that it's slippery, so the Pikmin will slide off, then fall off to a ledge and into the air with the pearly clamps, or where the main engine was, or they slide too far for Almar to call back, some will even continue sliding until they are off-screen and then will die. Those Pikmin will be left behind unless you do not, or unless you... Yeah, those Pikmin will be left behind unless you do not reset the day, so... Rather odd, yeah. But the Goolix can actually harm your Pikmin, and, you know, unless they're blues, they can pretty much die almost instantly. And of course they can hurt Olimar just like the Mamuta can. In fact, that one's definitely more of a threat than the Mamuta was, in my opinion. There's one guy over there. We'll get him in a second. But yeah, it's very, very strange. He does not show up in Pikmin 2. The Mamuta does, but that guy does not, so... The Mamuta have a lot less health in Pikmin 2 than they do in this game. Or than the 1 does in this game. And I believe one of them holds a treasure as well in that game. But Goolix does not return. Which is kind of sad, because he would make for a pretty cool boss. Alright, there we go. Interestingly enough, now that I'm reading the trivia on him, when not in motion, the Goolix has almost the exact same proportions as a nectar or spray drop. We already know what nectar is. Spray is from Pikmin 2, so I'm not going to talk about that. Like I said, I've never actually played Pikmin 2. I've watched Let's Plays of it, but I've not played it myself. One of these days I am actually going to try and find it, but I don't want to do Pikmin 2 right after this game. Besides, I already agreed that Mario Party 9 would be the project after this, and I know you guys really want to see that, so... 17 days since Impact. I wonder if I shall ever be able to escape from this world. How much suffering must I endure before I can finally see my family back home again? Still, when my heart grows too heavy, I will take comfort in my efforts. I will get home, or I will expire trying. Well, apparently they were not able to say die on Nintendo, but oh well. Now, I'm not actually going to count these days, because I wasted them, so what I'm going to do is actually, I have another file saved before I fought those 2 optional bosses, so I'm going to go back there. Because I do want it to be considered the fewest amount of days possible that I took, so we're going to go back to day 16. I've got 2 files saved here just in case. Always keep backups. Plus the file copying animation is really, really cool. So, the final trial it is. Alright, final trial for the 4th time, after getting interrupted 3 times. Getting very annoying of saying the same sentence over and over, and then getting asked really stupid questions that everyone should know the answer to. But people are stupid, so not much I can do about it. I'm hoping also you guys aren't hearing this work in the background, by the way. I'm just explaining what I'm doing right here, by the way. I'm just getting some bomb rocks, but apparently somebody got the bright idea of, let's have a baby shower at our house, and then promptly, what's the first thing you think of when we should have a baby shower at our house? Ooh, I got an idea. That's a good reason to go get our floors changed from carpet to wood. Yeah, because that's the first thing I think of too, of course. Why wouldn't you? And by we, my mom meant me and sometimes my cousin and sometimes my dad. Depends on who has time, and since it's usually me... Wonderful way to spend my weekend, but... oh well. Dude, what are you... why is this one not doing anything? I know there's got to be at least another bomb rock in there. I can see one way back there, and I know he's not smart enough to get it, but... see, there was one there. You were just too lazy to go and get it. Alright, so the strange thing with these bomb rocks, this has always confused me when I first played the game, is whenever you throw a bomb rock, and normally whenever you throw it at a wall that can be blown up with a bomb rock, they'll just automatically set it down and, you know, run away while the bomb explodes. But whenever you use it against, like, an enemy or whatever, you throw them and then the bomb rocks don't explode, but whenever you try to call them back with your whistle, that's when they explode. So don't call them back with your whistle after you've thrown them. You want to run into them with your captain, and that will prevent them from exploding. It's rather strange, I know, but don't have any other options. Dude, why are you going that way? Lost your mind. Yeah, I figured. If the bomb rocks fall in the water like that one had, then they just go away. Fortunately, they don't explode, because then there was no chance of survival for that guy. So since he's a failure, let's put him in the onion of failure. So now we need reds and blues. I'm going to take, like... well, actually, we don't need reds immediately, so... let's just go ahead and use the blues. What are these three doing? What is that one doing? Guys, stop going under the bridge to try to build it. That's not how it works. I still think there's one under there. Maybe not. Well, if he dies, it's his own fault. And it looks like he already did die, so it's still his own fault. He died to a glitch, so... alright, we're still gonna need the blues, so go ahead and keep them there. Yeah, you can call them with the whistle this time, because you didn't throw them, you disbanded them. There's a difference, so... this time you can call them with the whistle, and they won't drop the bomb rocks. Actually, I think this is the only wall we have to take out with bomb rocks, but oh well. I'm glad I brought the extra guys, just in case. Because that would have been really annoying if I had gotten 3 when I needed 6. Go ahead and bring the yellows, I guess, with me. Yeah, I knew some of them would try to go through the water, so I wanted to make sure the ones that went through the water were not yellows. Wow, that one, like, glitched right there. Did you see that guy that was, like, he went past me? He, like, wasn't even walking. He was just... that was weird. Yeah, I'm not sure why or how that happened. After this, you don't need blues. Well, I'm sorry, I accidentally bumped my mic right there because I was scratching my nose. But yeah, after this, you don't need the blues anymore. You just need them to build that first bridge. After that, you can use reds. I believe you don't need yellows for anything except for this wall right here, so... Alright, guys, come on. I think, like, one more. Nope, two more. At least. Maybe... two... Nope, they got it. Okay, cool. Now, you'll notice you can't push this box from this direction because the box is facing on that side. And wow, my game got major slowdown right there. Once again, not my capture card, that was the game. That was kind of freaky. Now we just need red, so let's go ahead and put everybody else up. We really don't need... Well, actually, I'm going to bring the bomb rock Pikmin with me, just because it'll be easier to get rid of at least one of the gates. I can use the reds to break down the gates, but... Why am I going over here to put the yellow Pikmin back? You're crazy. You can't even tell red from yellow. What is wrong with you? You can use more than 50, less than 50. As long as you got at least 10, you're good, but since breaking the gates, we have to break at least one of them down. I'm bringing 50 with me. And also waiting for one of them to get up. Okay, since I only need 10, I'm going to bring, like... Oh, well, there's exactly 10. I'm going to bring 11, just in case. This is just like the other cardboard box that was on the impact site that you have to move, like, right at the beginning of the game on day 1. Keep in mind these guys are immune to fire geysers, so you can throw them up here with no problem. This took me a long time to figure out right here, as well as the fact that you can't whistle the yellow Pikmin to you because they'll drop the bomb rocks. And then you command them from over here, and you use the C-stick, and you have to go under the bridge, actually. And you can kind of see what you're doing here with the camera. And that's how you get the box out of the way. It's a very, very, very strange, vague pattern, but it does work, so that's what you gotta do. Make sure I don't accidentally send any into the water here, because that would end very badly. Alright, there we go. Camera, please cooperate with me. Right now, there's actually two gates we have to break down. This is just one of them, so I'm just going to go ahead and waste the, well, not really waste, but I'm going to go ahead and use up the bombs right now. Oh no, that actually took care of all of it. Okay, well, sending that guy over here was pointless, so let's see if we can call him back. Alright, very nice. And we'll take all these Pikmin with me. Make sure you do not go through the center, because that thing in the center is actually the final boss, so don't want to mess with that just yet. See if they all move. Yeah, see, they're not completely stupid. Alright, that'll work. And I believe that is all we need to do. There's like a whole bunch of bomb rocks, and we're going to need bomb rocks for the final fight. There's like 3 there, 3 there. There's some grass. I would recommend having at least like, if you don't have a whole bunch of reds that are flowered or yellows that are flowered, flower them up right now on this day before you go and fight the final boss. Because having flower Pikmin is a huge, huge, huge must. Don't trip, yeah. And now we wait for him to get up. And that is really about it. I'm going to go ahead and throw these guys back. You're going to need like 80 reds and 20 yellows probably for the final fight. Maybe 75-25, either one works. I'm going to get out 80 reds and try to get them all flowered up, if they're not already. We got a couple buds, but I think there's some, there should be some grass somewhere around here. If not, then I'll just forget it. And you can always go back to the impact site to prepare as well. Well, there's not any, so I'm not going to deal with it. So that is all you have to do for preparation. So just be clear, you do need to use the bomb rocks over there. So have the blues build this bridge. I'm just going to walk you through it. Have the blues build this bridge right here. Use at least 3 yellows to get rid of this wall. Use any type of Pikmin, really, because you built the first bridge, so any type of Pikmin to build this one. To get this box, you have to send reds through this fire geyser area and navigate them through at least 10, and they'll push the box to the side. break down this gate, and break down the gate on the other side of this final boss. And that is about it, so we are all good. But see, just that preparation took, like, what, 2/3 of the day, pretty much, so very important, because that final boss will take a long time to beat day-wise, so let's go ahead and go to Sunset. But we're not quite done yet, because I do want to explain how the either last or second to last video is going to work. Like I said, it might be second to last. I might show off one thing in challenge mode just to show it. But anyway, how the final video is going to work. What I'm going to do is I'll probably go ahead and fight the final boss, beat him, and get the final ship part back almost to base, and then stop the Pikmin, and then I'll put in the bad ending and the good ending, and then I'll let them carry it back to base, and then put in the great ending. Though I may just put them all at the end, I may put them all at the beginning, I'm not sure. That might be the easiest thing to do, is just put the bad ending and the good ending right at the beginning of the video, and then I'll just show the boss fight, beat him, and then show the great ending, but regardless, I'll figure it out. I got plenty of time, so. And then I may or may not show off challenge mode. You guys can leave a comment saying whether you want challenge mode or not, and then, but I recommend you do it on the video after this, because I'm probably not going to do challenge mode, but if you guys want to see it, then I can show off, like, one area of it. Because challenge mode is essentially just, for those of you that don't know, sprouting as many Pikmin as you can in one day, and then you just try to beat your records. So it's not really anything fancy. It's not like challenge mode is trying to go through this game without losing a certain amount of Pikmin or whatever. But that is it for this video. So this has been Pikmarthroy. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time for the final boss. See you guys then. Later.